What is going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a great day. I know I am. I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you guys today and tell you how I apply fingernail polish. Okay, it's not going to be what you think. I got this crossbow recently. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. And after shooting it a while, I realized that my shots were kind of going here and there, and got to messing around here. I don't know if you can see that, but this whole rail that the scope is mounted on has vibrated itself loose. Just from the shooting over and over, the vibration has sat there and actually loosened these screws over time. So I know that can happen with rifle scopes and other things that experience vibration. And I'll tell you what my solution to it is. Regular fingernail polish. Comes with a nifty little applicator brush. I mean, you can get a bottle of this stuff from a dollar store for $1. And you know, this is not something that I just went ahead and I just recently used and decided to make a video about it, you know, with no past experience. No, this is something I've been using for a very long time, and I'll tell you why. Frankly, from all the things that I've used it for, I really think it's just as good as the more expensive thread lock that you can get from like an auto parts store. You know, and the problem with thread lock that I've had, or like LocTite, thread lock, whatever these different brands are, is the fact that you'll buy this tube. It's not a really good way to apply it, and you'll use it one time, put it in your toolbox, put it somewhere, and the next time you go to use it, the entire thing is just hardened up and it's no good. So basically you're spending this money to get something that you use one time. I go back to use it, and it without fail, every time I've gotten some, I'll use it one time, and granted I don't use it a lot, so I'll use a little bit out of a big old tube that, you know, $5 or $6 tube, put it away. Next time I go to use it, I pull it out and I've got this entire tube that is worthless, and I just end up throwing it in the garbage. So I've been using fingernail polish on a lot of different things for years. So, show you here, every one of these screws had vibrated loose, and this was just shaking around. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I've been using fingernail polish for a lot of different things for years. A lot of different applications, and it has not failed me yet. I will say, I just stick with basic red, no glitter in it, nothing, just a basic cheap red fingernail polish. The red's just really good because I can really visually see how much I'm putting on the threads. But I have used it for, oh goodness, I've used it for intake manifolds on my truck. I've used it for the throttle body, make sure the bolts don't vibrate themselves loose. My track rack that is on my truck now, and that thing goes through an extreme amount of vibration. The bolts had actually vibrated loose on me, and they had been LocTited from the factory, a few of these bolts, or they came from the factory with LocTite on the bolts. I mean, I had to assemble it, but they had been locked, you know, this thread lock from the factory. After being on there for a time, I noticed that the whole rack was kind of vibrating. So I took all the bolts out, used fingernail polish, and that's been over a year ago since I've done that, and it's still rock solid. I've used the same method on my 30-30 whenever I mounted a scope on it. Go ahead and show you right here. You don't need a huge amount. I didn't even coat the entire thread. You can if you want to. I just put just enough on those threads where I can put it back in there, and it will harden and prevent that screw from vibrating back loose. What was I saying? Yeah, I used it on the scope mounts for my 30-30. You know, because it tells you specifically whenever you put scope mounts on a rifle that you should use some type of a thread lock. And so I just grabbed my daughter's little bottle of red fingernail polish, and I have shot rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds out of that 30-30 and have not had those scope mounts vibrate loose on me yet. So just to let you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I have complete confidence in it, and I wanted to share this with you guys as just a neat little hack for fingernail polish. You know, and let me know in the comments if you've used this method, if you've used this before, if you've used it, you know, and what your experience is with it, or you know, what you've used it on. You know, it would be helpful to anybody else that might be reading the comments to know just all the various uses, situations that this can be used. And once I do this, I'm going to be putting my scope back on. I'm going to put it in the exact same spot, and it should be still on, but I don't want to take a chance when it comes time to actually shoot at a deer. I want to know that I'm going to be hitting where I'm aiming at, so I am going to go ahead and make sure it is sighted in. Now see, I'll show you guys something. See if you can see that blue in there. Apparently this bolt had LocTite or thread lock of some sort on it from the factory, and it vibrated loose. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this and put it back together and get back with you. We'll go ahead and sight this thing in, make sure it's still shooting right. But really, that's the gist of the video. You know, go to a dollar store, pick you up a cheap little bottle of fingernail polish. Comes with a nice little applicator brush. The bottle seems to lock down tight. I've never heard my daughter say that this stuff just dries out. I guess it could over time, but I mean, it's $1, you know, it's not that expensive. So if it does, just go grab you another bottle. Alright, so we've got everything put back together, nice and rock solid. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it a few times. And if you've seen my previous video, you'll recognize this little box. This is my watertight little broadhead case that I made for my various and sundry little things for my crossbow. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check out the video. This thing has been working out really well. I'll show you here. I've got my extra crossbow broadheads, as well as the extra blades and just washers and so forth. Got my field points in here and my little broadhead wrench. Just a really small box. I keep it in the case with my crossbow, so I always have it when I need it. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed that quick video on how to apply fingernail polish like a real man. No, seriously though, hope y'all got something out of it. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, I'd sure appreciate it. And hit the subscribe button for future videos, how-to videos, DIY hacks, and things just pertaining to the outdoors. Really appreciate you guys watching, and subscribing. And like I said, leave me a comment if you've used this method and it's worked for you, or different things that maybe you've used it on, how long it's held up. I'm sure others at least could get some value out of it. I'd like to hear about it. But that's all I've got, guys. This has been Jason reminding you to get more outdoors.